I say yo. Welcome to the BBW show, you feel me? We talk battle rap, basketball, and wrestling. And the topic today is Bryan Danielson. Let's talk about it, you feel me? AEW is doing this world title tournament now, and we at the final four right now. Only people left is Jon Moxley versus Sammy Guevara. Jon Moxley's gonna win that. And then we got Chris Jericho versus Bryan Danielson. The winner of these two matches is gonna face each other next week at Grand Slam and become the official AEW World Champion. Now, Bryan Danielson has to win this tournament, respectfully. He has to. I don't even care. I don't even want him to. He must win it. You feel me? Bryan Danielson's been in AEW for a year. 1 year. That's it. He debuted last year at All Out. You feel me? And if we being honest, everybody was saying, oh my God, he could be a big star now. Bryan Danielson was never the guy in WWE. He always lost to the guy. He was never the guy. Then everybody thought he was going to come to AEW and become the guy. You feel me? He was having this great babyface run, great heel run, saying, I'm going to kick your effing head in. You feel me? And then that just completely stopped. You feel me? He lost to Jon Moxley. First, he went 60 minutes with Kenny Omega at last year's Grand Slam. No follow-up at all. Went nowhere. You feel me? Then he had a great match with Hangman Page. Lost. He lost fair and square. Then he lost to Jon Moxley. Then they started being a tag team. Then he was just in a faction. You feel me? Completely killed his heel run. Just like that. He was a heel for like 6 weeks. Then he was in a tag team with Jon Moxley. Then they grew the tag team to a trios with Wheeler Yuta. Then they grew the trios to a faction with Claudio. So it's like, bro, he's been in AEW for 1 year and he's been in everything. He's been the top babyface. He's been the top heel. He's been in a tag team. He's been in a trios and a faction. In 1 year, he's been in all of that. You feel me? That's kind of sad, respectfully. That's kind of sad. Bryan Danielson should have been the top heel or face, you feel me? One or the other. They've been rushing him with this Jon Moxley stuff, you feel me? This Blackpool Combat Club stuff. They've been rushing this on TV. This feud with Daniel Garcia came out of nowhere. Nobody was asking for it, you feel me? Just came out of nowhere. It's like, bro, now is the time to make Bryan Danielson the guy in AEW. The guy, you feel me? CM Punk is suspended and injured forever how long. Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks is suspended forever how long. We don't know when they're going to come back to TV. Chris Jericho is boring, respectfully. And Jon Moxley's supposed to be on a 6-week vacation. Now, even though I say Bryan Danielson needs to be the guy right now, I feel like the end game is still MJF winning the world title. If you notice, MJF is doing, like, I guess AEW's version of the Money in the Bank, where he got the chip. You feel me? Well, I guess he could cash that in anytime. So that's going to lead to that. You feel me? MJF is going to be the guy to be world champion. I would be surprised if the year doesn't end in AEW 2022 where MJF is world champion. Now, I'm not saying that he's going to be champion for the whole 2023, but it definitely should end 2022 with him as world champion. You feel me? He was already going to be feuding with CM Punk, wherever that's going to go. Now that feud is over. They teased him feuding with Jon Moxley going into the fall, but we already seen that already. That feud already happened like 2 years ago, and that wasn't that good. You feel me? When MJF was doing the campaigning thing. We already seen that. MJF and Bryan Danielson is a brand new feud that we've never seen before with a legendary WWE guy and a guy that's begging to go to WWE. We have somebody that left WWE on his own. Bryan Danielson didn't get fired, you feel me? WWE wanted him. He willingly left WWE. And then we have MJF who comes out every single week and says, yo, when my contract is up, I'm leaving and I'm going to WWE. So it's like we have the complete opposites, you feel me? This is easily going to be great matches and great promos. Like, it's easily going to be. They are literally complete opposites in every facet of the way. Bryan Danielson would wrestle 7 times a week if he can. MJF barely wrestles. Respectfully, MJF wrestles like twice in 2 months. Respectfully. So it's like, bro, it's so much depth, and so much story they could tell with these two if that's the way they want to go. But I'm saying Bryan Danielson has to go on his redemption tour. Respectfully. He already beat Hangman Page last week. So now him and Hangman is tied 1-1-1. Literally. Hangman has a win, Danielson has a win, and they have a draw. So if Bryan Danielson wins the world title this tournament, you could easily go back to him and Hangman before you get to him and MJF. Chris Jericho just beat him at the pay-per-view. Bryan Danielson needs to beat him right now tonight on AEW. Jon Moxley beat him a few months ago at Full Gear or whatever. Bryan Danielson needs his win back next week at Grand Slam. You feel me? This is all building up for the Bryan Danielson redemption tour. AEW just needs to be smart enough to do it because it's either now or never, respectfully. You don't want Bryan Danielson to be the underdog in AEW. He's way big of a star to be the underdog in AEW. In WWE, that could work. You feel me? You have Roman Reigns. You got Brock, Randy Orton. You got mad top heavy hitters. In AEW, you only have Jon Moxley and Chris Jericho. That's really like the only top hitters they have right now, with the CM Punk and the Elite being suspended. So it's like, bro, you better go full in on Bryan Danielson, in my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll be back with more.